A lot of people keep asking me, Aloe, what's the best fruit for grinding? So I'm going to be doing the grinding fruit tier list in update 18. If we get this video to 2.1k likes, I'm going to be doing a free Robux giveaway. So make sure you guys drop a like on the video, as well as comment your username and hit the subscribe button as well. And let me know down below how much Robux I should give away. First fruit we got is, I believe, this Revive fruit. Very, very trash fruit, guys, for grinding. Definitely use it for like PvP instead, so hard pass. Next up, we have the control fruit or laws fruit, the op or whatever. This one is slightly better than the Revive, but definitely not really recommended for grinding. Next up, we have the Chop. I'm gonna give the Chop C tier for Chop because he's only good against certain bosses, which is not the greatest thing in the world. Next up, we have the spring fruit. Now, guys, oh my goodness, please do not use this fruit, guys, for grinding. Oh my gosh. That's easily a D tier fruit right there. Next up, we got the smoke fruit. Honestly, this fruit gets disrespected, but it is an elemental type fruit, so it does have the Logia bonus. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. So honestly, that alone gives it B tier in my opinion. It just makes it so easy to grind. All right, granted, it will take a little bit of extra time. Next up, guys, we have the flame fruit. Now, I know a lot of people love this fruit for grinding, but me personally, I got rid of it, bro. I was like, frig this, dude. I don't know. Whoever says this is a good fruit for grinding hasn't used it. All right, it is an elemental type fruit, so A tier, but please, guys, do not use this fruit. Oh my gosh, you just don't even. I mean, if it's your only option, maybe, but please don't. Oh my goodness. Next up, we have the ice fruit. Honestly, I'm gonna give the S fruit low S tier. All right, this was my first fruit I used for grinding, and it has that nice ice sword. You can just slap the enemies, and it also is an elemental type fruit. So you can only get hit by enemies with enhancement as long as you're higher level than them, which is pretty freaking sweet. So that's good enough for S tier in my opinion. All right, next up we have the sand fruit. I believe this is another elemental type fruit. It did get a little bit of a buff in update 17.3. So I'm gonna give it some credit and give it a solid B tier. Dark fruit isn't that bad as well, guys. You can definitely use dark fruit for grinding, but I wouldn't really recommend it unless you're definitely more of a pro player. If you guys are grinding in C1 or C2, definitely try to stick with the ice fruit. Or next up, the light fruit, guys. This is insane. This is the fruit I used to get from right around like level, I'd say 500-ish to almost the max level. All right, I did switch when I got the C3, but that was just because people kept giving me other fruits. Next up, we have the rubber fruit. Yeah, guys, oh my gosh, do not use this fruit. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best. I'm gonna give it like C tier. Barrier fruit, guys, do not use this for grinding. This is not a grinding fruit. Magma, you can definitely use magma for grinding. Oh my god, wait, what the frick happened there? All right, you can definitely use magma for grinding. I'm gonna give it like low S tier as well. I'd probably go with ice just because I love the ice swords. It just makes grinding so easy. It's underrated, but magma does insane damage, and it's also good for PvP as well, so you can't really complain right there. All right, next up, we do have this fruit right here is kind of mid. Don't bother. Buddha, guys. Ooh, Buddha is tempting. Now, the thing about Buddha is I'm going to say it's the best fruit for grinding because you can grind like swords as well with it. So you can grind mastery and levels too. So that's actually pretty freaking insane. And honestly, some like maps are too small. Like if you're in C1 or C2, Buddha isn't like as good as light. But if you're in C3, then yes, you gotta have Buddha fruit for grinding, and it's also amazing for grinding raids as well to get lots of fragments. So overall, Buddha fruit just completely cracked out. Definitely go for it. Spring fruit isn't half bad, but it's solid C tier. Phoenix fruit, oh my gosh, do not use this one, even if you awaken it. All right, this is the rumble fruit, if I remember correctly. It's decent. Even if you awaken it, it's still pretty decent, guys. Oh my goodness, my glasses be going hard right now. Jeez, bro. Let's see what else we got here. We got the paw fruit. That's kind of mid, guys. Don't do that, please. All right, gravity fruit, Fugitora's fruit's even worse. Not very good for grinding. Dough fruit. I mean, you could definitely grind with the dough fruit, I'd say. I wouldn't really recommend it though. Maybe like I'm thinking like high B tier. I'm gonna give it low A tier because it's very good for PvP, which is kind of useful. So this is the grinding fruit tier list, but like I'll give it a slight edge because of that. Kilo fruit. Oh my, just delete this fruit. Does anybody use this? Is there any good combos with Kilo, guys? Let me know down below, man, because I really don't think so. Next up, we got the falcon fruit or the bird fruit, just don't even bother. We got the love fruit. Love fruit, I mean, it's not the greatest for grinding. I mean, I'm gonna give it like low C or D tier. Venom fruit, oh my gosh, it is underrated for grinding. I'm gonna give it like low B tier because it doesn't have it's not an elemental fruit, so that's not the greatest, but it's still a very, very good fruit. Door fruit, I'm gonna give door fruit S tier. Just kidding, it's gone now. RIP. Portal fruit though, I'm gonna give portal fruit the S tier because it allows you to like teleport on different spots of the map. So it's very good for grinding like certain quests and stuff, and also for grinding mastery as well as it was also meta for grinding the Christmas the billion visits event to get like the party hat and stuff. So I definitely recommend this fruit, guys, or having a couple copies available because it's so good for grinding mastery and quests. As long as you have like a good sword or a good, basically a good sword or good like fighting style to go along with it. Diamond fruit, yeah, guys, it's a hard pass. Spin fruit, man, I mean, it has some sort of a fly. I'm just gonna say don't even bother, man. Spike fruit, they did give it a little bit of a buff, so I'm gonna give it the C tier. It actually isn't that bad anymore. Dragon fruit, I'm gonna be honest, the dragon fruit really isn't a grinding fruit. I mean, if you have the Robux to get this at a low level, then maybe. I'm gonna give it like C tier because you can fly and kind of like avoid the enemies, sort of. Bomb fruit, honestly, bomb fruit got a pretty nice update, so I'm gonna give bomb fruit like maybe low, I don't know, like it's kind of like C tier somewhere. All right, this bad boy, don't really recommend. Leopard fruit, guys, I'm gonna be honest, the leopard fruit, it's all right for grinding, okay? Like, it's not the greatest thing in the world. It's kind of annoying to grind with it, but you could do it. I'm gonna say it's probably like low B tier in my opinion. I don't really recommend it because you can't really grind swords, fighting styles while you have it, but like it's not the worst thing in the world. Next up we have the new spirit fruit. You know, it's all right. I'm gonna give it like a solid like B tier there. Maybe like B tier. I'm probably give it like C tier. Blizzard fruit is an elemental fruit and actually has some really nice abilities. The nice thing I like about it is its like flying ability, which is actually surprisingly cracked out. So basically what it can do is you can like fly on the enemies and you can do damage, but it's underneath you. So you can like group enemies up very, very easily. And then not only does it have that, but it's also an elemental type fruit. So you're basically like easily able to, it's really good for world 1 and 2 because of the elementalness, and it's just good for grouping up enemies. And then also, guys, it's good as well for PvP. So overall, it's a great fruit. And remember, guys, don't forget to drop a like if you guys want some free Robux. All we need is 2.1k likes and I'll start the giveaway. Make sure you guys comment down below and hit the subscribe button as well. Peace.